31. Second part, 145 times, right? 10 times and make it half. 1400, 700. 700 plus 2300. 3000. Round figure. Still you have 80. 3800. 20, 80, 100. 3900. Next. 675 to make it 675 to make it round figure we need 25. Take 25 from this 60. Still you have 35 here. And this becomes 735. Divided by 35. 35 10 times is 350. 20 times is 700. Apart from 700 you have one more 35. 21 times. 40% of 650 divided by 13. 650 divided by 13. 13 5 times 65. 13 50 times 650. So this part is 50. And 40% of 50. Or 50% of 40. 20. 45 minus how much is 20? 25. Next. 900 minus 400. 500. Minus how much is equal to 441? For 441 you can treat as 440. 500 minus 60 will be equal to 440. Answer is 60. Next. Under root 575 which is 24 divided by x into 15 square is equal to 450. You can treat 15 square as 15 into 15. 15 30 times is 450 and one more 15 is there. 15 2 times and 2 divided by 24 divided by 2, that is 12. Yes or no? 12 answer. Thirty-six to 40. The total number of people who travelled by both the given trains together on Sunday is approximately what percent more than the total number of people who have travelled by the given trains together on Wednesday? Right, Sunday versus Wednesday. Oh, this is 270 and this is 310. Wednesday. This is 120, 140. 120, 140 together is 260. This is 10 more and this is total 320 more. So, that is 320 more than 260 percentage, right? So, into 100. Numerator is more than denominator, so answer is more than 100%. How many are there? All are up. What is difference between numerator and denominator? 60. 10% of denominator, 26. 20%, 52. So, answer is more than 120%. How many are there? 3 are there, 4 are there. Okay? Now again, 50% of denominator, 130. 25%, 65. But numerator is only 60 more. But 25% is 65. So answer should be definitely less than 125%, but more than 120%. How many options are there? Only one now. 123 answer. Next. Number of people who travelled by train A decreased by what percent from Saturday to Tuesday? Train A, Saturday to Tuesday. Train A, triangle. This Saturday, how much is this? 350. And then on Thursday or Tuesday? Tuesday it is 210. 210 is how much less than 350? 140. 140 less. And you need to represent 140 in terms of percentage. 10%, 35. 20%, 70. 40%, 140. So it is 140 less, you can say 40% less. Next. What is the difference between the total number of people who travelled by train B on Monday and Tuesday together and the number of people who travelled by train A on Saturday and Sunday together? Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Sunday you have to consider train A. So let me discuss this. Train A, Saturday it is already given 350 and Sunday it is 270. You need to add these two numbers and then need to take difference from train B. And for train B you need to consider Monday and Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, train B. This one is 200 and this is 170. Sum of these two numbers 370 and need to subtract it from this thing. Yes? That is 370. First subtract 350. Still you need to subtract 20. Subtract 20 from here. 250. So difference is 250. You are just asked about difference. Out of 370 you subtract 300 from this number and 70 from this number. You have 50 here and you have 200 here. Total is 250. The number of people who have travelled by train B on Friday is 20% more than the people who travelled by the same train on Thursday. What is the respective ratio between the total number of people who have travelled on Friday and those who travelled on Saturday by the same train? Right. So on Friday it is 20% more than Thursday. Very Saturday. Right. This is for train B. On Thursday, how many are there in train B? 200. And on Friday that is 20% more. 20% of 200 is 40. So Friday people are 240. We are asked about ratio. Ratio of passengers on train B in Saturday and Friday. Friday it is 240. Saturday, how many are here? 320. So it is 320 by 240. 0, 0 cancel. 8 4 times, 8 3 times. 4:3 answer. Okay, Friday to Saturday. This is Saturday to Friday. 4:3. Friday to Saturday. Inverse 3:4. What is the average number of people traveling on train A on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Train A. Last 4. Monday, how many are here? 240. And Thursday, 210. This is 120. Sorry, 140. This is 230. Now you need to take average of these numbers. Look at your options. Options are nearby 200. Let's take benchmark as 200. This is 40 more. This is 10 more. This is 60 less. Add extra 50 here. It becomes 190. Still you need to add 10. Take 10 from here. It becomes 200. And it becomes 220. Take 200 as benchmark. Now you are left with 20. Need to adjust 20 among 4 years. Each year gets 5. After making every number 200, you are getting 5. So answer 205. Next. (41 to 45). Divided by 2 minus 1. Divided by 2 minus 1. Divided by 2 minus 1. Divided by 2. 11 minus 1. 10. Alternate addition and subtraction, I think. Need to add 17 here. Subtract 34. And it is 51, 17 1, 17 2, 17 3, 17 4, 17 5, 85. This is plus, this is minus, and this is again plus. Plus minus alternate. 89 plus 85, 160 plus 14, 174. Fifth one. Next. Into half, into 1 1/2, into 2 1/2, into 3 1/2. 3 times of 15, 45. Half of 15, 7 1/2. 45 plus 7 1/2. 52 1/2. Fifth. I think difference 0. 6. 24. 60. 1 cube minus 1. 2 cube minus 2, 3 cube minus 3, 4 cube minus 4, 5 cube minus 5. 5 cube minus 5, 120. So need to subtract 120 from here. 230 minus 120, 110, 110. Into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1, into 4 plus 1, into 5 plus 1. Answer should end with 6. Two options are there. Into 5 rate, so should be in 500, 566 answer. Number series, same logic was there in Saturday's exam. Last Saturday's exam. Same logic. And this one also. Same table that we have in Saturday's paper. With some number difference. So you were given male population but male percentage. If you want to calculate either female or total population, if you want to calculate female population, 45% is 3,600, 55% is equal to how much? If you want to calculate total number of population, you need to calculate 100%. 45% is this much, 100% is how much? So for every value you need to go for calculation. Okay? Right. Now, 46. Female population of village B is how much percent more than female population of village C? So for everything you need to calculate female. So here itself let me calculate female. This is male and this is female. Now the question is about B and C. C is easy. 40% are male, female are 60%. How will you get 60 using 40? 40 plus half of 40. 2000 plus half of 2000. 3000. So female count 3000. 38% is equal to 2280. 62% you need to calculate. Direct multiplication I don't want to do it. I am not good at that. But I will try to calculate 40%. With that at least you can get it. 38% is 2280. 40% value definitely more than this. And should be a round figure ideally. Cannot be 2500. So 2400. Let me verify it. If 40% is equal to 2400, to get 38% I need to subtract 2%. Now how will I get 2%? Which is 5% of this. 10% of this? 4. 5%? 2. Need to subtract 2 here. 10% is 240. 5% is 120. Subtract 120 from this number, 2280 satisfied. Right? Now to calculate female percentage, there is 62. If 40% is this much, what about 20%? Half of this, 1200. But we need to calculate 62%, 2% is already there. So add everything, you will get 62%. Right? 3720. 3720. Now look at your question. Female population of village B is how much percent more than female population of village C? 3720 is how much more than 3000? 720. But you need to represent 720 in terms of percentage. Am I right? Now, 10% of this 300, 20% 600. Apart from 600 you have still 120 more. Yes or no? Wait. 20% is 600. Still you need to add 120. 10% of this number is 60. 20% is 120. 20% of this number is 4. Add everything, 24%. Am I right? Or else? What about 100%? What is your actual step? Oil is the oil. 720 out of 3000 into 100. This is what your question. 50%? మాట్లాడరు ఆన్సర్ ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదా మర్యాదగా చెప్తున్నా మర్యాదగా ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చారో ఇది చెప్తా లేదంటే ఇది తుడిపేస్తా మిమ్మల్ని భయపెడితే కానీ చెప్పరు కమాన్ 50% 25% 750 but you have 720 here which is 30 less 1% 30. So you need to subtract 1% from 25%. Answer 24%. Next. 47%. అమ్మా క్వశ్చన్లో 100 క్వశ్చన్స్ నేను చాలా అబ్జర్వ్ చేశాను. చాలామంది ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అయిన తర్వాత రెండో క్వశ్చన్, రెండోది అయిన తర్వాత మూడు, మూడు అయిన తర్వాత 4 ఇలా ఆర్డర్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నారు. కాదు, ప్రిలిమ్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ కాబట్టి మీకు టైం లిమిట్ లేదు. యూ కెన్ గో టు ఎనీ సెక్షన్ దట్ యూ వాంట్. ఫస్ట్ యూ షుడ్ గో టు యువర్ స్ట్రాంగ్ ఏరియా, దట్ మే బి రీజనింగ్ ఆర్ క్వాంట్ ఆర్ ఇంగ్లీష్. ఫస్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ దట్. Go to your strong area. Spend 15 minutes time, not more than that. If it is quant or reasoning. 15 నిమిషాల కంటే ఎక్కువ టైం స్పెండ్ చేయద్దు. వాచ్ లేకపోయినా కానీ పైన టైం కనపడుతూ ఉంటుంది. పైన టైంలో మీకు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది 60, 45, 30, 20 కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది. ఇక్కడ ఎంత టైము? 15 minutes. ఇక్కడ ఎంత టైము? 15 minutes. ఇక్కడ ఎంత టైము? 10 minutes. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Keeping in mind, as being a maths or quant faculty, I will start with quant. నాది నేను చెప్తున్నా, మీది మీ ఇష్టం. నెక్స్ట్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ రీజనింగ్. బాగా స్ట్రాంగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ కాబట్టి లాస్ట్లో పెట్టుకున్నా. స్టిల్ యూ ఆర్ లెఫ్ట్ విత్ 20 minutes. Now adjust 20 minutes among again 3 sections. First level వచ్చిన అన్ని చేసుకుంటా ఉండాలి, రాని వదిలిపెడతా వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. టేబుల్ పర్సంటేజ్ ఉంది అని అంటే టైం టేకింగ్ అనే విషయం ఫస్ట్ నుంచి చెప్తూనే ఉన్నా నేను. టేబుల్ ఉండి పర్సంటేజ్ ఉందంటే టైం టేకింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఈ 3 అయిపోయిన తర్వాత దేనిలో కంఫర్టబుల్ స్కోర్ అయ్యింది, దేనిలో కంఫర్టబుల్ స్కోర్ అవ్వలేదు అనేది మీకు తెలిసిపోద్ది. ఆ నెక్స్ట్ 20 minutes దాన్ని ప్లాన్ చేసుకోవాలి. అంతేగాని ఫస్ట్ అయిన తర్వాతే సెకండ్, సెకండ్ అయిన తర్వాతే థర్డ్, లేదంటే క్వాంట్లో 15 క్వశ్చన్లు అయిన తర్వాతే రీజనింగ్లో 15 అయిన తర్వాతే ఇది, ఇలా మాత్రం చేయదు. నెక్స్ట్, what is the average? 47. What is the average female population of village B, C, D? And you need to calculate D also. Next, female population 48% male, 52% female. 48% is equal to this much. 50% should be definitely more than this. I am expecting a round figure. Can you suggest? Number more than 2,880 and should be a round figure. 3,000. Let it be 50%. Then what about 100%? 100%? 6,000. So 50% is 3,000. 100% will be 6,000. What about 10%? 600. 1%? 60. 2%? 20. 50% minus 2% will give you 48%, right? 50% minus 2%. You said 50% is 3,000. 2% is 120. This number minus 120, is that equal to 2,880? So our number is correct. 50% is 3,000 correct. 2% 120 correct. 52% is 3,120. That's what female count. 3,120. Clear? All are 3,000s. This is 720 more, this is 120 more. Total 844. Now you need to adjust 840 among 3 schools, 3 villages. So that will be 840 divided by 3. So each gets 280. After making every number 3,000, still you have 280. So answer 3,280 average. Next, 48. What is the respective ratio between the female population of A and D? A and D. Right, now female in village A. 45% is equal to 3,600. 50% should be definitely more than this. Yes or no? Tell me round figure. 4,000. If 4,000 is 50%, then what about 5%? 400. 5%, 400. 4,000 minus 400, 3,600 satisfied. But now you need to calculate 55%. That will be 50% plus 5%. 50% is 4,000. 5% is 400. Total 4,400. You're asked about ratio between 4,400 and 3,120. Take 0, 0 out. Now you have 440 divided by 3,120, 312. After cancelling 0 in every number. Now, look at your first option. Options are nearby 50. First numbers are nearby 50. How will you get 50 from this number? Divided by 9 or divided by 8? Approximate number. Divided by 8. Divided by 8 is 5 times and then 5 times. Divided by 8, 3 times, 8 3 is 24. Still you have 72, 9 times, 55 by 39. Identifying the cancellation number. When you look at your options, your first numbers are nearby 50. Using 440, if you want to get 50, you need to either divide number with 9 or 8. This number is not in 9 multiple, so cannot be 9. Should be 8. Otherwise, you'll have to go for cancellation with 2 or 4 again. Takes time. Next. If the female population of village B is 30% increase in 2015 than that of in 2014. So given data is 2014 data. Then what is the total population of village B in 2015? Female population B increases by 30%. Now you are asked about total population of village B. Do you have any information about male? Do you have any information about male in 2015? No change. No change. Otherwise that change aithe they would have mentioned. As they have not mentioned, that's the same in 2014 and in 2015 also. So that will be 2,280. And female in 2014 for B is 3,720. And female population increases by 30%. 10% is 372. 30% is into 3. 300 3 times. 900. 72 3 times. 216. Your answer should end with 16. How many are there? No answer. Either the female population and the total population entered. 5, 6, wait, 6, 30%, 18, 7,800. Do you have 7,800? I think that question is if the population of village B increases by 30%, not the exactly female population. With the same information, your answer should be sum of all these numbers. But as it is not there, if you consider 30% of the total population, then it is fine. You are getting 7,800. So our question should be something like that. Next, the total population of villages B and C together is what percent of the total population of 4 villages together? Total population of B and C together. B is how much? 6,000. C is 5,000. Total 11,000. Is what percent of total population? A is 8,000. 8,000 plus both together is 11,000 we said. 19,000. Plus this is 6,000. 19,000 plus 6,000. 2,500. So 11,000 out of 25,000 percentage, right? So into 100. 10%. 10% of denominator. 2,500. 20%. 5,000. 40%. 40% of denominator. 10,000. Then 4,000. Sorry, wait. 40% of denominator is? Then what about 4%? 1,000. 10,000 plus 1,000, 11,000. So 40% plus 4%, 44%. Next. $51. 6,100 was partly invested in scheme A at 10% per annum compound interest, compounded annually for 2 years. and partly in scheme B at 10% per annum simple interest for 4 years. Both the schemes earn equal interest. Okay. How much was invested in scheme A? It asked about investment in scheme A. Scheme A is given for 2 years at 10% per annum compound interest compounded annually. So you will get 21% interest. 21% interest on first part, let it be X. And my second part is Y. X plus Y is 6,100. And second part is also given for 10% but simple interest for 4 years. So 4 years you will get 40%. So that will be 40%. They said they both are same. In this, 21% of X is equal to 40% of Y. X by Y is equal to 40% by 21%. X by Y is equal to 40% by 21%, percentage cancel, no more cancellation. X is to Y is 40 is to 21. Total number of parts 61 parts and total money 6,100. One part is 100. You asked about first part, that is X, which is 40 parts into 100, 4,000 answer. Raja, nura munduku ra nee dumpa dega. అభిదేవు రాజు కూడా అట్టు కూర్చోడయా, ఎంత దర్జా కూర్చున్నావా. 18 liters of pure water was added to a vessel containing 80 liters of pure milk. Total quantity 98 liters. 49 liters of resulting mixture was taken, was then sold. Half is over. 98, right, total quantity, 49 is taken out. Half, 50% is over. And some more quantity of pure milk and pure water was added to the vessel in the respective ratio 2:1. If the resultant respective ratio of milk and water in the vessel was 4:1, what was the quantity of pure milk added to the vessel? Right. So now we have 49 liters of milk and water together. Okay. Don't want to separate how much quantity of milk we have and water we have. I don't want to do that. The total content left over is 49 liters. To this we are adding milk and water in the respective ratio 2:1. So milk is 2 parts, water is 1 part added. Am I right? Now the ratio becomes 4:1. In final container we have 4:1 ratio. You are asked about how much milk is added. 2 parts is how much? This is what your question. Answer should be even number, because you are adding 2 parts. All are even. Yes? And in final container we have milk to water ratio is 4:1. So how many total parts we have? 5. Answer should be 5 multiple. Let me go for answer to question verification. If 2 parts is 8, what about 1 part? 4. Then what about total quantity? This is milk, right? What quantity we are adding to 49 liters? What quantity we are adding to 49 liters? Milk and water. Water component is half of milk component. When you add milk and water, then you will get total quantity that we are adding to 49 liters. After adding that quantity to 49, you should get 5 multiple, because final ratio is 4:1. Ardhamainda? This is what I am trying to verify. This is milk, water is half, 4. Add those two, 12. 12 added to 49, will that be 5 multiple? This cannot be your answer. Milk is 2 parts, water is half of this, total is 3 parts. 3 added to 49 is not a multiple of 5. Yes? This cannot be your answer. Milk is 4 parts, 4 liters. Water is half of it, 2 liters. Total 6 liters. 6 liters added to 49. Is that a 5 multiple? This can be your answer. Hold it. Hold it. Milk is 12 liters. Water is 6 liters. Total is 18 liters. 18 added to 49. is not a multiple of 5. This cannot be your answer. Clearly this is a 5 multiple, that is a non-5 multiple. When you add 5 multiple to non-5 multiple, you will get non-5 multiple. Yes? Hence don't want to verify it, cancel. Only one option, third option. 5 multiple ni 5 multiple kaani daniki add cheste na 5 multiple kaanide vastadi kada. Ade indaga cheppa. Next, 53. A person has to travel from point A to B in a certain time. Traveling at a speed of 5 km per hour, he reaches 48 minutes late. While traveling at a speed of 8 km per hour, he reaches 15 minutes early. What is the distance from point A to B? Right. We have speed and time. Moving with 5 km per hour, he is 48 minutes late. And moving with 8 km per hour, he reached 15 minutes early. Late kabatti plus, early kabatti minus. Now whenever speed and time is given, I have asked you to go for inversely proportional rule. Remember, whenever speed and time involved, go for inversely proportional rule. If speed increases, time decreases. Speed increases by 3 from 5. So speed increases by 3 by 5 parts. Time decreases by 3 by 8 parts. We have inversely proportional rule that says for always increase of x by y, there should be decrease of x by x plus y. This is what inversely proportional rule. And using that rule, if speed increases by 3/5, time decreases by 3/8. But 48, positive 48, negative 15. What is difference between these two numbers? 63. 63. So 63 minutes decreased. It should decrease by 3/8. So 3/8 is equal to 63. Then what about 1? 1 is total time. 3 parts is 63, 1 part is 21. 8 parts is 8 into 21, 168. Are you getting my point? So the time taken in first case is 168 minutes when traveled with 5 km per hour. But you are asked about distance. Distance is equal to speed into time. 168 minutes, but this is in kilometer per hour. So convert it to hours. That is divided by 60. 12 times, 12 ones and 4 times. Answer 14 kilometers. Whenever speed and time involved, use inversely proportional rule. For always increase of x by y, there should be decrease of x by x plus y. Over? Next. A bag contains 3 red balls, 8 yellow balls, 7 pink balls. Total how many balls we have? 18. If one ball is drawn at random, 18 see one ways. What is the probability that either it is a pink or red? How many pink and red balls we have? 10 balls. Pink and red together, 10 balls. Out of these 10 balls, it is enough to get only one ball, right? So answer is 10C1 by 18C1. That is 10 by 18, 5 by 9. A bought a certain quantity of oranges at the cost of 1200. He sold 1/3 of the oranges at 20% loss. If A earns an overall profit of 10%, at what percentage of profit did A sell the rest of the oranges? Right, how many total parts we have? 3 parts. First part is already sold. Now you are left with 2 parts. Overall you are expecting a profit of 10%. You will get 10% profit if you get 10% profit on first part, 10% profit on second part, 10% profit on third part. In that case, overall profit will be 10%. Yes? In internal exam you will get what percent? Percentage enta mandi? Hey, total adagala manaku vachini enta ani adugutunna. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ క్యాన్సిల్డ్. చెప్పారు మరి, ఇందాక నేను అడిగితే ఆన్సర్ చెప్తాం. మరి ఎంతమంది సర్టిఫికేట్లో అడుగుతానా, నెంబర్ చెప్పొచ్చు కదా, మరీ దారుణంగా అబద్ధాలు చెప్పకూడదు. ఎదుటోడికి 100% వచ్చింది అని చెప్తే అబద్ధం చెప్పినట్టు తెలిసిపోవట్లా. 70, ఓకే. 70% ఇంటర్నల్, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎగ్జామ్ 70%, వైవా 70%. ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నాయా? That's it. What is overall percentage? That's what we are discussing. We have 3 parts, and in every part if you get 10%, overall that will be equal to 10%. This is already sold out. So as you are expecting 10% profit on the overall, second item you should get 10%, and third item also you should get 10%, and that will be your final answer if you get 10% profit on first item. But instead of 10% profit you got 20% loss. So you should compensate 20% loss here, and you need to get 10% profit here. Total you should get 30%. As this is already sold out, you should get the 30% from other 2 parts. You should get the 30% from other 2 parts. So total you need this much percentage from 2 parts. So out of 1 part that will be divided by 2. 50 by 2, 25%. ఇది అర్థం కాలేదు అంటే 1/3 is sold at a loss of 20%. Remaining is 2/3. What percentage of profit you are expecting? So that overall percentage is 10%. 1/3 plus 2/3 is total 1, and you are expecting a profit of 10%. Take 3 common, comes to left hand side, that becomes 30% here, and this is minus 20% plus 2x. Minus 20 comes to this side, becomes 50. 2x is equal to 50. X is equal to 50 by 2, that is 25%. And you can close this in a single line. That's what I mean to say. We need 10% on second part, 10% on third part, and first part we need 10%, but the same item is being sold at 20% loss. So you have to cover 20% loss, and you need to get again 10% profit. So 30% is expected from these 2 items. So total we need this much percentage from 2 items. So per item that will be divided by 2. Simple. Next. 56. 60% of the work efficiency of A is equal to 90% work efficiency of B, and the work efficiency of C is twice the work efficiency of B. And all of them can do the work in 12 days. In how many days? A alone can do it. Okay. 60% of A's efficiency is equal to 90% of B's efficiency. Yes? From this, what is A by B? 3 by 2. So A's efficiency becomes 3 parts, B's efficiency becomes 2 parts, C's efficiency becomes, C is twice the work efficient as B, so that is 4 parts. All working together can do 9 parts work. In how many days can they complete the work? 12 days. If A alone does the work, he can do 3 parts of work. In how many days he can complete this? 3 parts, 3 times 12, 3 is 36. Same question in Saturday's paper. 28 men can complete the piece of work in 15 days, and 15 women can complete the same piece of work in 24 days. What is the respective ratio between the amount of work done by 30 men in 1 day, the amount of work done by 18 women in 1 day? Okay. Now you need to go for 1 day work of 30 men and 1 day work of 18 women. This is what you need to calculate. Many ways are there. We don't want to write many steps. Come here. 28 men can complete the work in 15 days. Change it. 15 men can complete the work in 28 days. If X men can do the work in Y days, Y men can do it in X days. 15 men can do it in 28 days. 30 men can do it in 14 days. Yes or no? 30 men can do it in 14 days. What about one day work of 30 men? One day work of 30 men? 1 by 14. So, one day work of 30 men is 1 by 14. Now you have 18 women. I want 18 here. Now, 15 women can do it in 24 days. But I want 18 women here. Right? Sure. 1/5 increase, so 1/6 decrease. 1/6 of this is 4 decrease, so 20. Adengala. This is 6 multiple. 6 3 times. I'll write 15 as 3 into 5 women can complete the work in 6 into 4 days. I want 18 here. That is 3 into 6. 6 comes to this side. 5 goes to right hand side. 5 goes to right hand side, that becomes 5 into 4, which is 20 days. So 18 women can do it in 20 days. Happy? Come on. 15 women can do it in 24 days. 18 women can do it in how many days? 6 3 times, 6 4 times, 3 5 times. 5 4s 20. M1 D1 M2 D2. Or else, my first point, 15 women here and 18 women here. This is efficiency and this is time. If efficiency increases, what will happen to time? Time decreases. So both are inversely proportional. We have discussed already. Women increases by 3 out of 15. 3 out of 15 is 1 by 5. For always increase of 1 by 5, there should be decrease of 1 by 6. 1/6 of this number is 24. 1/6 of this number, 4. Decreases, right? Decrease 4 from this number, 20. So 18 women can do it in 20 days. Okay? Now, you need to go for one day work of 18 women. One day work of 18 women, 1 by 20. That will be 20 is to 14, 10 is to 7. Cross multiplication only, right? 20 comes here, 14 goes there. 20 is to 14, 10 is to 7. (57) The respective ratio of the curved surface area and the total surface area of the circular of the cylinder is 4:5. If the curved surface area of the cylinder is 1232 centimeters square, what is the length? What is the height? We are asked about height. Now, curved surface area 2 pi r h. Last class I think I have already discussed. Yes or no? And then total surface area 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square. That we can write as let me write like this: 2 pi r h plus 2 into pi r square. Yes or no? అర్థమైందా? తెలుసు కదా ఇది. లాస్ట్ టైం ఇదే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకొని చెప్పాను. Circular cylinder. Press this, you can see circle in bottom. Right? Curved surface area అంటే ఈ సర్కిల్ కి బయట సైడ్ దగ్గర తీసుకోవాల్సింది. ఫర్ సర్కిల్ what is outer area? Outside line 2 pi r, and you have height h. If you have one circle, that is 2 pi r. If you have two circles, 2 into 2 pi r. If you have 3 circles, that will be 3 into 2 pi r. If you have h circles, that will be 2 into 2 pi r. Curved surface area. Total surface area in the sense bottom line and then upper line also. Bottom in the sense entire area you have to consider. For circle, what is this complete part called? Area. Area pi r square. And top area also for circle pi r square. That is 2 pi r square. Right? And this ratio is given as 4:5. I'll write as 4/5. Okay? 4 increases to 5. Increased by 1, which is 1/4 of this number. Yes? So 2 pi r square will be 1/4 of 2 pi r h. Correct? This increases by 1. 1 out of 4 is 1/4. Difference between these two numbers is 2 pi r square. And that should be 1/4 of this number. And this is curved surface area, which is equal to 1232. This is equal to 1232. 1/4 of this number divided by 4. 3 times, 0 times, 8 times. 308. So 2 pi r square is equal to 308. Pi r square is 154. Pi is 22/7. 22 7 times. Yes. R square is equal to 7. 7 square, R is equal to 7. Okay. You can write this 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square as 2 pi r into r plus h. Am I right? 2 pi r cancel. H by r plus h is equal to 4/5. What is difference between h and r plus h? R. What is difference between these two numbers here? 1. So r is equal to 1 part. Height is equal to 4 parts. R is equal to 1 part. Height is equal to 4 parts. 28. See, according to this, you're asked about height, and height should be always 4 multiple. You have 2 4 multiples. Otherwise, if you have only 1 4 multiple, you need not to solve anything. Whatever 4 multiple you have, that's your final answer. You have 24 and 28, both are 4 multiples. Otherwise, if you have only 1 4 multiple, this is enough. Only ratio. Using ratio, you can answer this question. Fine? Next. The percentage of Bob is equal to Abby's age 8 years ago. So, age difference between Bob and Abby is 8 years. Correct? ఎప్పుడు అమ్మా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చదవండి. The percentage of Bob is equal to Abby's age 8 years ago. Abby's age 8 years is equal to Bob's present age. In that case, what is the difference between present age of Abby and present age of Bob? 8 years. So age difference between Abby and Bob is 8 years. When was that? When was that? Amma? When was that? Eppudaina. Always, right? Meeku మీ సిబ్లింగ్ కి ఎంత ఏజ్ డిఫరెన్స్? అన్న అక్కు తమ్ముడు చెల్లి ఎవరో ఒకరు ఉంటారు కదా. మీకు మీ సిబ్లింగ్ కి డిఫరెన్స్ ఎంత ఏజ్? ఎప్పుడు? Always. So age difference between Abby and Bob is 8 years. Should be always. 4 years hence, after 4 years, the respective ratio between Abby's age and Bob's age is 5:4. So what is Abby's age? 5 parts. Bob's age? 4 parts. Difference should be equal to 8 years. If one part is equal to 8, you can calculate either 5 parts or 4 parts, whatever it is. Now, what is your question? What is Bob's present age? You're asked about Bob's present age, so you need to have Bob's age. Difference is 1 part, which is equal to 8 years. Bob's age is 4 parts, which is 32. After 4 years, Bob will be 32. Then present age of Bob? 28. 4 years tarvata 32. Present? 28. Next. 59. A started a business. After 4 months from the start of the business, B and C joined. The respective ratio between the investments of A, B, C was 4:6:5. If A's share in the annual profit was 250 more than C's share, what was the total annual profit earned? A invested 4 parts for 12 months, right? When did B and C join A? After 4 months. Okay. So for simplification purpose, if you treat your full year as 3 parts, what about 1 part? 4 months. Full year, treat it as 3 parts. 1 part will be 4 months. So, A invested 4 for full year, that is 3 parts. B joined after 4 months, that is after 1 part. So, he will be there for 2 parts and invested 6. C invested 5. C joined A after 1 part, after 4 months, that is 1 part. So, he will be there for only 2 parts. 2 times. 1 part gets cancelled. So that will be 6:5. So in terms of number of parts, according to the profit sharing ratio, A will get 1 part more than C. A will get 1 part more than C. C receives 5 parts. A receives 6 parts, which is 1 part more. And in terms of rupees, that is 250 rupees more. So 1 part is equal to 250. And the total profit earned is 17 parts into 17. 4 250s is 1000, 8 250s is 2000, 16 250s is 4000, but you need to have 17 250s. 16 250s is 4000, again one more 250 you have, so that will be 4250. Or else you have only one 250 multiple. 250 into 17, answer should be 250 multiple and you have only one, right? 4250 is the only 250 multiple we have. Next, 60th. A certain sum is divided among A, B, C in such a way that A gets 40 rupees more than half of the sum, B gets 120 less than 3/8 of the sum, C gets 200. What is the total sum involved? Can be your answer, yes. Second option and fifth option cannot be your answer. First, third, fourth, 3 possibilities. Let me go for it. 480, 40 more. 480, 520, 200, 120, 120, 300. First option cancelled. Half, 600, 40, 640, 150, 450, 120 less, 360. Third option answer. అర్థం కాలేదు కదా, తెలుసుగా. A gets 40 rupees more than half of the sum. Let me treat sum as x rupees and I'll get half of it. And B gets 120 less than 3/8 of sum, 3x by 8. And C receives 200. What is x? Sum of amounts received by A, B, C. Yes? So when you add everything, that should be equal to x, right? When you add A plus B plus C, that should be equal to x. Add all these values. That should be equal to x. Solve the linear equation, we'll get x value. Are you getting? ఏం చేయాలో తెలుస్తుందా? This much plus this much plus this much is equal to x. If you solve it, you will get x value. I don't want to do it. For getting a value, I need to get half of x value. Half of x value. So x is 2 multiple. All are 2 multiples. For getting b value, you need to take 3/8. 3/8. So x will be 8 multiple. This is 8 multiple. This is not a multiple of it, so this cannot be your answer. This is 8 multiple, this is 8 multiple, this is not 8 multiple. This cannot be your answer. Either first option or third option or fourth option. Let me take first one. A gets half of that. What do you mean by half of this? 480. Plus 40. How much is that? 520. And you know that C is getting 200 rupees. Now we are taking 960 as our total number. Out of 960 so far we have already 720. Yes? Now B gets 3/8 of x. X is 960. What about 1/8 of this number? 120. 120. 120 3 times? 360. 360 minus 120? 240. Add everything. Will that be equal to 960? Yes, sir. Is an answer? 1200 etla mari? Agandabba. 640, 3/8, 150, 450, 450, 120, 330. ఎక్కడ పోయింది? ఇదే ఆన్సర్ కాదు. Yes, you are right. First option. స్పీడ్లో నేనే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ మిస్టేక్ చేశాను. Third cannot be your answer. Just verify these conditions. Total should be equal to 960. Yes, it is following. That's my final answer. So I am a lazy fellow. I cannot solve linear equation, quadratic equation. Okay. So I will choose this method. '61. I'll just give you combination. Just combination ista. తర్వాత సాల్వ్ చేయాలి. 6 into 15, 90. 90 is product of two numbers and sum should be equal to 9. 9 and 10. 9 tens 90, 9 plus 10 19. 3 tens 30. 6 into 5 30, 6 plus 5 11. 2 into 15, 30. This is a negative number, product should be positive. Minus 6 minus 5. Minus 6 minus 5. Sum is 11 but product is positive 30. 7 14s 28. Sorry, 2 14s. 2 14s 28. 7 into 4. Minus 7 minus 4. Sum minus 11 but product is positive 28. X square is 16. What is x value? Plus or minus? Plus or minus? Be careful. Plus or minus 4. And 2 36. 72. 7 8s. 8 9s. 8 9s. 8 9 72. Minus 8 minus 9. Product is positive but sum is minus. 36. 9 4s. Minus 9 minus 4. Product is positive. 2 28s. 56. 7 8s. 56. Minus 7 minus 8. 90. The same combination 10 and 9. 24. 8 and 3. 8 3 is 24. 8 plus 3 11. Next.